What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Brother to the Night, aka J Fish, the Cincinnati Kid, coming at you with my third day on why I want to become an OTR truck driver. Check it out. Um, Today was the first official day of my orientation class at the Cincinnati Action Agency. Um, Going through the process of becoming an OTR truck driver. It was a good class, to say the most. It was a good class. Um, we went through the workforce development, is what they're calling it right now, to where you have to do testing. You gotta see where you place at, where your job skill level is at. You gotta do your resume and do a couple math tests and stuff like that. So when you do go out on the job, your level of expertise. They want to, where you at. So it was a good class. We had a good instructor. She was very nice and informative, and it was a couple people in there. Most of the cast that was in there was going for their CDL permit, like me. So we was going through that. We did that. I'm gonna tell you something too, man. I had a powerful moment today while I was in class. As I came in class, there's computers all throughout, and came in the classroom, and I sat down next to an older cat, and you can tell, he was probably in his 60s or something like that, and he looked to be a little bit out of place because everybody in the class was, probably my age or younger. So, old head was sitting there, and then the instructor was trying to teach, and she really was trying to teach to at the class, and she really couldn't focus on his one-on-one needs, and you could kind of tell that everything she was saying was going over his head. He didn't even touch the computer. He was just sitting down at it. So I had to get up from next to him because I sat down directly next to him. I had to go to the front because I had to see the projector because I couldn't see it. And I turned back around and said, what was he doing? And he was still sitting there. So I just told him from everybody, I say, man, I'll be back there in a minute to help you. And he like, nah, young blood, I'm all right. And, one of the things, I would say we as black men, and I do it too, so I got to stop it too. We got to accept help. A lot of times we don't want to accept the help because we've been brought up to believe that, we going to deal with our problems until they get better. That's how I'm doing it right now. A lot of people be asking to help. And I'm like, nah, I got it. And sometimes I need that help, but, it's hard to take it, So I get it, totally what he was going through. So I said, nah, I got you, man. I know how to do this. So I'll be back there. So when we had our break, I got up and went back there next to him and gave him the rundown a little bit on how to work computer, how to navigate it, and showed him helped him build his resume and helped him get his email account and all that set up and stuff. And but the funny thing is, what I told him, I said, bruh, I said, big homie, you ain't got to feel bad about knowing how to work no computer. I said, because there's some stuff that I'm pretty sure that I would love to know. And he said, what? He said, what's that, man? What you mean? I said, you come from an era where you guys had to be more mechanically inclined. Y'all had to build things with your hands. Probably know how to be construction workers or, car mechanics and brick masons, and all this stuff. My father's 73. He know how to work on cars. He know how to build retaining walls. Man, it ain't nothing a man can't do with his two hands. And that era passed me up. I'm more cell phones, computers, emails. This is stuff I know how to do. Going to college, taking advanced classes on keyboard, typing, and all that stuff. I know how to do that stuff. So, like I told him, that wasn't your era. That's my era. So, don't feel bad about not knowing how to, log on to a computer because you didn't have to. I said, not only that, you come from an era where education, you was fighting for it. It wasn't like how it is with us. We given education. A lot of times we don't even take advantage of it. And then you like, damn, I never thought about it like that. Yeah, you know, a lot of people from your area, you know, died for us to have, you know, proper education, for us to, you know, go to school, go to college and receive degrees and stuff like that. And that's the stuff a lot of us is not taking. Some of us are taking advantage of it. It's a large percentage of it is, but it's also a large percentage of us that ain't. So, man, it was just a good thing, man. He was accepting the help. You know, he seen that I was just like him, but you know, just from a different era. You know, we talked about everything from child support, life, you know, women. Man, he gave me some game, you know, and I was all ears, you know. So I just met a new friend, you know, and that's how things go, man. You know, God put me on this earth to help people and you know, to spread his word throughout, you know, and if I could do that, that's what I'm about. So, and if you listen to me a lot of times, I always say the game is to be told, not to be sold, you know, because I don't believe in selling game. You know, I ain't selling nobody nothing. I'm giving it out. You know, God gave me the game. I'm giving it to everybody. And hopefully somebody will be willing enough to give it to me, you know, for free, because that's how it go. Each one teach one, man. The only way we going to get ahead in this game is if we pull together and show each other how to get it, you know. So I'm inspired, man, by a lot of things, by a lot of people. You know, I could be out here right now, like I'm going in the house to go to bed. You know, I could be out here, you know, you know, man, on my 1-2-1-2, man. You know, I got a lot of partners, man. They ain't going to work. They ain't like, man, forget a job. I got it in right now, you know. And I think a lot of y'all know what I mean. You know, they like, man, forget a job, bro. I'm cool on that. So me, I'm trying to find my way through life by getting a job, going to work. And that's why I said I believe that this over-the-road truck driving will help me out to get away from a lot of the madness, you know, clear my mind, help me get my thoughts together and be able to stack some bread in order to come back and do some things for myself, for my mother, and help support my intermediate family. So, you know, I always say I'm excited, man, about not just this, about life. You know, I'm 34. You know, I'll be honest with you, man. There's been a few times I'd be like, man, am I even supposed to be here? Because, you know, I've been in some crazy situations, man, and been able to shake it and get through it. And everything from being down to, you know, trying to get back up again. You know, I ain't gonna really get into depth detail about what, but you know, you know, it was rough for a minute, but I ain't never gonna look back in the past. I'm always looking at the future, man. So, hey, you know, if you got anything, any game for your boy, any companies out there over the road, that's a good company to work for. Anything as far as everything, just let me know, man. Oh yeah, subscribe to your boy's page too, man. I need to get them numbers up, man, so I can spread this word throughout, and leave them comments too, you know, whether they negative or positive. I'm with it, you know. So like I said, keep it coming. We gonna get to this money, and if I see you out there, hey, you know what to do. Holler at me. You know, I'm cool peoples, man. So I'll come back at you with day 4, my process, and let you know how things going. And I'm gonna keep the videos coming. Until then, peace, love, and respect, man. I'm out. Holla at me.